It is November 13th, 2023. It's the Town of Rhinebeck regular town board meeting. Would everybody please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going off book today because we are going to, actually let me ask, tab 1, may I have a motion to appoint Chad Kleitsch to the town board? May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, gentlemen. Chad, you want to come on up?
We have to vote, don't we?
Any discussion or comments? Many of you may know that Josh Pulver resigned effective the 3rd of November. Chad has won an election to start a term beginning January 1st. We are appointing him for the remainder of the year to fill Josh's seat, and we are looking for people who may want to serve on the town board beginning January. So if anybody is, please contact the clerks. All in favor of appointing Chad?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thank you, Chad. You want to raise your hand and repeat after me? Do you, Chad Kleitsch,
Do I, Chad Kleitsch,
solemnly, or say, I,
Chad Kleitsch,
solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of this office of
This
Rhinebeck Town Council Person
of Rhinebeck Town Council Person
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations. Thank you. Here you go. This is your seat now.
We even have a name tag for it.
Yep. Thanks. That's really close. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back to our regular order. You need a minute to get settled?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
Congratulations to you, too.
Yeah, thanks.
May I have a motion to approve our prior minutes of our October 12th regular town board meeting, our October 11th special town board meeting, our October 17th special town board meeting, our October 25th special town board meeting, and our November 3rd special town board meeting?
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Couple of announcements. The CAB, our planning board, our zoning board of appeals, and our board of assessment review, all statutory boards have vacancies. We are in dire need of assistance here in local government. So if anyone is interested in serving, please contact the clerks. Also, we have 4 council people, and we have a vacant seat. If anyone's interested, please see the clerks. All dogs in the town of Rhinebeck must be leashed. At the recreation park, they have to be leashed everywhere, but at the recreation park, please leash them. Transfer station will be open Wednesday, November 22nd, over the Thanksgiving holiday, not Thursday. And Town Hall and Transfer Station will be closed on the 23rd, which is Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving. I'd also like to I'm scheduling a special town board meeting for Monday, November 27th at 6 p.m. The agenda will be published, but this will be a workshop for the Locust Hill, our workforce housing, the proposed workforce housing project. Does anybody else have anything to announce? Okay, I'm going to have Jennifer go first because we have, she's got an appointment after this, but I'd like to bring May I have a motion for 2023-249, 2023-250, and 2022-251, revising the senior citizen tax exemption, the disability, real property tax exemptions for people with disabilities, and volunteer firefighter real property tax exemption. I'm going to take all three of these as a
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second? Thank you. Thanks for coming. Jennifer Munn is our assessor, and we've spoken about this at length, but I wanted her to tell the public what this entails.
Right, so briefly, there are exemptions that are income-based for our senior citizens and for persons with limited incomes who are disabled. The income limits haven't been changed for many years. New York State has decided last year to increase the income limits. It was done late in the year, so we wanted to wait and make the right decision on how we were going to proceed. We looked into what has been done around the county, decided to follow suit with what the county government has passed. So that is increasing our limit for the senior citizen exemption and the disability exemption. Essentially, most of these people, especially our seniors, they're very limited income. We're talking about 44,000, 50,000 in 2025 gross income. That's not a lot of money. We don't have a lot of people that fall into that pool. But the people that do, a slight increase in Social Security could bump them out of that. They would lose the exemption, and it force them to make, decisions based on where they live, have to sell their home, do they get their medicines, things like that. So a small increase in Social Security shouldn't make somebody lose their home or anything that they really require to survive with. So that's why keeping pace, moving forward, raising the limits helps us to ensure that the people who this was really intended for get to keep it. It's, like I said, we have about 75, 80 people currently on the senior program. We have one person on the disability program. So, we're not going to be impacting the tax rates significantly.
It's not a ton of money.
No,
but
it's not a
the
ton
right
of
thing
money.
to do and will help older and
Absolutely.
disabled people remain in their homes.
In their homes, which is right, which is just, like you said, the right thing to do. The volunteer firefighters exemption, this was passed also last year. We wanted to take our time. It was passed late in the year.
It was passed after our taxes and our enrollment.
Right, after we were able to really make an informed decision on it. So this is allowing the firefighters to have an exemption on their primary residence for the volunteer firefighters. The town has elected 10%. They will have to have been an active firefighter for 3 years. The fire districts will be providing us with the information yearly as to who qualifies. That is part of our law, so it's required. And essentially, again, we're not talking about a significant amount of money.
So in a house assessed at $500,000, it might be $40.
$40, $50.
Which is a small thank you to say for
Exactly.
hundreds of hours of service.
That's off the town line. The other taxing jurisdictions, the school, the county, they have the ability to pass their own legislation to give the exemption for those taxes also.
And the county is doing it.
The county is doing it. I don't know what the school has chosen or opted to do. So combined, we're talking, maybe somebody could save $200, $300, $400 a year overall. Some people won't even save enough to offset the income tax credit that they would normally get of $200, but they can't have both. So they would have to see what is the better benefit for them and then take that option.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions, any town board members? Comments? Can we vote on them all together, Warren?
Did she do all three?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You're
Jennifer.
welcome. Good night.
All in favor?
Maybe not.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Jennifer, thanks again for
You're
changing your
welcome.
schedule and coming.
Thank you.
We're scheduling the public hearing for the resolution.
Yes, I'm sorry,
You're
these
voting on
are,
scheduling the
yes,
public
these are local laws, so what we voted on was to have a public hearing. Thank you. Okay, tab number 1, I need a motion for 2022-248 for Alderkill, Duncanburg, the open development area.
So move.
You have a second? Thanks. Warren?
We discussed this at the last town board meeting that I attended. This is there's an application pending before the town of Rhinebeck Planning Board for a 4-lot subdivision, the Alter Hill Conservation Subdivision. And the plan for the subdivision is that it will be, the 4 lots will be serviced by a private road which will connect to the public road. I think it's Buttonwood Lane, if I remember correctly. And that requires, since the properties will not have a direct frontage on a town road, requires approval of an open development area pursuant to Section 280A of the town law. So we conducted a meeting on that and did not require a public hearing. We did do a seeker review, and the town board determined that approving the open development area, which will allow the subdivision to be serviced by a private road pursuant to 280A is acceptable and in the town's best interest. And the planning board also recommended that the open development area approval be approved. And so the resolution we have before you is the approval of the open development area. Is it 5? I think it's 5 parcels actually, not 4, because there's an existing lot.
Yes.
I provided in the resolution that private road would be, use of the private road would be limited to those 5 lots within the subdivision if they cannot be extended to any other properties without going back to the planning board and then to the town board for extension of the open development area. And it's also subject to proof of recording of an easement and maintenance agreement over the private road in a form approved by the attorney to the town, and subject to any other conditions that are imposed by the planning board.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Again, thank you for putting your land into conservation.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck. I neglected to schedule the public hearing publicly for the 3 local laws. So it's December 11th at 6 p.m. That's for the revised senior citizen tax exemption, the disability real property tax exemption, and the volunteer firefighter real property tax exemption. That will be Monday, December 11th, 6 p.m. at our regular town board meeting. And that's enough time for noticing and everything, Joni? Okay, thanks. So, yes, sir.
Your agenda indicated there would be public comment allowed.
Sure.
Before the vote was the idea, so that you could make a better informed decision.
Okay, we voted on it. You're welcome to speak. We've been following this for a long time. This is, I think, all, if you want to come up and speak, you're welcome to.
So this resolution arrived in front of this board for consideration as a result of the fire inspector writing a declaration that the driveway is, I believe, safe and fully compliant with state code. There's an outstanding engineer's warning letter that says just the opposite, that's never been resolved by the planning board or this town board. And that warning letter is very specific, that goes through numerous severe violations of state fire code. That letter also requested a line-by-line, item-by-item response from the applicant.
Can you introduce yourself? I'm sorry.
Oh, sure. I'm Joe Wheely. I live on Buttonwood Lane. I've written you many letters. So the engineer's written warning also says he needs an item-by-item response to his concerns because they pose such severe
Which
grade
engineer?
danger. CPL, it's a nationwide engineering firm with licensed professional engineers.
Is this the applicant's engineer?
No, this is the town's engineer. The town hired this engineer to
This
do an
is the
assessment.
planning board.
Sure, it's the town's engineer hired by the town to do an assessment for the town who wrote a warning letter. And this warning letter went through numerous severe violations, and those violations have never been addressed. So fire...
All I can say is the planning board has approved this.
Okay, but your town employee, who you manage, not the planning board, the fire inspector, wrote a letter saying that this is safe and okay, and it appears he never saw the engineer's warning letter because nobody saw this. This was kept
Do you
secret.
want to comment? This isn't kept secret. We just put in a road to our park that's 13, 14 feet wide. We think that's reasonable.
No, you said it's not secret. The engineer's warning letter, the June 26th warning letter, was never posted on the planning board website and only came out because of the FOIL request in the last few weeks. So I don't know how you're proceeding with an engineer's warning letter in place, but anyway, let me go to my other concerns here.
Hold on 1 second. Warren, do you want to address this?
No.
You know, we've approved this. This is approved. This
Okay,
is a
so
good
let me-
plan for the town. This is 4 houses with 140 acres going into conservation.
I don't believe that you understand that you misunderstand that it's 4 houses. That what was approved by the planning board is a conservation easement that allows 2 houses on every lot. So that's 8 houses plus the Benetti's, which is 9 houses on a driveway that's only designed to support 4 buildings.
Well, I'm
And that's
sorry,
what the engineer warned of. Okay, that's what the engineer warned of. So if I can just get you through the rest of this,
I think we're good. We voted on this. It's been approved.
so you don't want to hear the rest of this.
I don't. Does anyone want to hear it?
Is it in writing?
No, you gave me 1 day to look at this resolution.
We've been advised by our attorney. We've been working on this for weeks. This was before us twice already.
We had a public meeting.
We had a public meeting about it at the last meeting.
And Thursday was the first point anybody understood that the town board was going to declare that this driveway was safe and compliant. That has never been said before. And the resolution says the town board is declaring this driveway safe and compliant. So the town board is overruling the engineer.
We are following the advice of our attorney and planner.
Okay. All right, so you don't want to hear any more?
No. Thank you.
Anybody? All right.
Again, thank you, Carl, for being such a good steward of the land and developing it, you know, with the goals of our comprehensive plan in mind.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. I think that's all for you, Warren.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like a motion for 2023-252, court use of meeting, town hall, board, and courtroom. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. May I have a second? Any questions, comments, concerns? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. May I have a motion for 2023-253, reaffirming the town's policy regarding the usage of alcohol and controlled substances on town properties? Thanks, Warren.
Have a good Thanksgiving.
Second.
Enjoy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, we'll talk.
You too.
No, Warren, I'm meeting you. We have a meeting tomorrow here at noon.
Yes.
Yes, I'll see you.
No, 1 o'clock, no?
Oh, it's noon, but I'll text you.
I think it's 1.
I only have what you did.
I have it at noon. I'll text you later.
Yeah, let's double check.
Okay.
Okay.
Reaffirm town's policy regarding usage of alcohol, controlled substances on town properties. Alan moved it.
Second.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Any questions, concerns, comments?
Is there postings at the public areas that say that explicitly, or is it?
No.
Okay.
And we do have a recommendation, not, you know, we have many different policies, so we wanted one policy, overarching policy. It does not allow controlled substances or alcohol on town property. So it will be posted at the rec park, which is where we're having some issues, tailgaters.
That's what I was.
Yeah, so it will be posted.
Thank you.
There hasn't been an issue in Hill or Newfield, and I don't know that it's a big issue, but it could become one.
I agree.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. I need a motion for 2023-254, a workers' compensation renewal with Comp Alliance. Thanks, Alan. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chauncey. Just so you know, we only have a slight increase. I think it's going up about $5,000. We've had several minor accidents, you know, in the cemetery and maybe highway department, so that shifted it up a teeny bit. and we're going to lock it in for 2 years. I'm not concerned about it. You know, there haven't been major claims, but that's what drives it up, of our laborers getting injured on the job. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I need a motion for 2023-255 for our liability insurance.
So moved. Second.
Thanks, gentlemen. Any questions or comments, concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Transfer station permits for town employees. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. This is the town giving permits to all of our year-round, part-time and full-time employees, not temporary or seasonal employees, only to gain access to the transfer station. The cost to throw out trash will still be charged to them. It's akin to us giving free pool passes to our employees. It's something that doesn't cost the town anything, and it's a gesture to our employees.
And this is necessary for people who live outside of the town of Rhinebeck who work?
Anybody who wants to use the transfer station, village people use it, village residents are town residents.
No, but this is helpful for those who work for the town of Rhinebeck and but don't live in the
Yes.
town of Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
That's what
Yes,
this is
sure,
utilized.
they're entitled to one as well.
Okay.
Good point. It's $25, so we're not talking about hundreds of
No.
dollars. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I will make a motion for 2023-257, 2023-258, and 2023-259, our preliminary account payable abstracts, our capital project abstracts, our budget transfers and amendments. May I have a second?
Second.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Is there any new business before the town board? Any public comment on any non-agenda items? Eleanor?
It came to my attention last summer that Brantley Gilbert was performing at the Dutchess County Fair. If you remember the Bud Light trans controversy, this is the same person who smashed a can of Bud Light onto the stage of one of his concerts saying, and I'm quoting him, so don't get too mad at me, but he said, "Fuck that," okay? All right, it's the same person who was quoted as explaining that he took a Confederate flag away from somebody at a concert because the Confederate flag was being disrespected. Alarmed, I emailed the Fair Association. I also CC'd the village mayor, by the way. I never received a reply, much less a commitment to better vet performances in the future. I've heard excuses such that this is a private enterprise, but in reality it isn't really completely private. First of all, they have a special, they operate under special laws and privileges, from the state of New York. They don't pay property taxes, so that the people who either rent or own property in the village or town are subsidizing them. And finally, hate speech should not be allowed anywhere. We should not countenance hate speech anywhere. It shouldn't be tolerated. So I was just hoping that maybe you could, as a town board, or maybe as individuals, if you come in contact with the head of the Dutchess County Fair or something, maybe you could put some quiet pressure to, maybe do some better vetting. That would be greatly appreciated.
I would be happy to write a letter.
I
if the town
really,
board is
that would be
in support
great.
of it.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I was leaving the Upstate Films one day, and there's, I always say bye to the kids who work there and stuff. And this one kid starts talking to me about something that I'd said somewhere at a meeting, and it took me a while to figure out. I didn't ever remember seeing him at a village board meeting, and then it came out. I gave a similar, little talk, little 3-minute thing at the village board meeting, and he heard that. It made a huge impression on him. And you just think a little thing like that, I mean, he's, that impacted his life so much. Just think, what the Pride event in the village could have done. Just did do for somebody like that. Or you taking action here, and I really appreciate it.
I'd be happy to, Eleanor. I
Thank you
agree
so
that the
much.
Confederate flag is not our flag, it's a flag of treason. Hate speech should never be tolerated, and people deserve respect.
And people, they react by saying, but that didn't, happen here. But still, people must feel uncomfortable. if they know
If you
it's
wouldn't
happening.
mind giving your letter to Joan, and the board agrees that we'll...
It's kind of messed up, but I can I'll give you a better
Yeah,
copy.
we'll pass a resolution.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Anything further? Hearing nothing further, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Good night, everybody. Thank you.